Pregame.com.
SEC football is completely overrated. True or false? Teddy covers Steve Fezzik here on Pregame.tv, and it's time to talk SEC football. Paul Howard, one of Pregame.com's top contributors, came out with a video about the SEC being overrated, and I'm telling you, people went nuts, Fezzik. The pro-SEC being overrated people posted it. That was on the Clemson fan forum. It was Rivals picked it up. The anti-SEC overrated people were like, Paul, you're an idiot. What are you talking about? So let's make it very clear right now. SEC overrated, yes or no?
No. The SEC is underrated, Teddy, despite what Paulie Howard and his minion followers may be saying. Hey, bottom line, we keep score one way here in Las Vegas. It's against the spread. And if you look at last year, I'm not talking about bowl games here. I'm talking about the regular season. The SEC last year, 21-12 against the spread. So how's that working out, minions, if you're betting against the SEC? You're done, baby. The bottom line is the SEC is a commodity that people love to hate. And the semi-sharp bettors try to go against them. One poster child game to show how underrated the SEC is. A little bit below average team, Tennessee in the SEC. They were hosting Utah State last year. Final score, Tennessee 38, Utah State 7. A Mountain West Conference team. That spread, think about it. What should that spread have been? Well, it closed 3. Tennessee laying 3. Craziness. The SEC and Tennessee there, massively underrated.
And there's a point that you made there, Fez, that I want to go off that's not necessarily an SEC point, but it's a point about bowl games. And look, the SEC stunk in the bowls last year. They had a very lousy bowl season. There are 100 reasons why teams and conferences have lousy bowl seasons. They're often skewed. And the only thing that the pundits on TV seem to remember is, oh, well, they won their bowl game, or, oh, well, they lost their bowl game. You have coordinator changes, you have coaching changes, you have players transferring, you have teams that are excited to be there, teams that aren't excited to be there. Bowl results are not clearly indicative of how good a conference's season was, and the SEC, because of those poor bowl results last year, you think they come into the 2015 season as an underrated commodity as a conference?
I do, and bottom line is, hey, 40% of the top recruits go to the SEC. They get the best players, and that's why they've won 7 of the last 9 national championships. However, since they lost the last 2, the order of it has skewed the perception that people are like, oh, the SEC. Oh, do we really think the SEC is suddenly going to decline? No.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And there is some circular logic when it comes to the recruiting services and who's recruiting them and how they get ranked. And when an SEC team is going after a kid, all of a sudden, well, he's a 3-star? No, maybe he's a 4-star recruit because Georgia wants him and LSU wants him. That does happen. And there's also a bit of overhyping the SEC when it comes to ESPN, particularly during bowl season. ESPN and the SEC are a nice married couple now, and that ends up resulting in a lot of additional SEC coverage and additional SEC hype. That doesn't mean that here in Las Vegas, those SEC teams aren't really, really good. And when it comes to NFL draft choice and NFL talent, the SEC has led the way for the better part of the last decade.
The only SEC coverage I care about, Teddy, is how many games they cover. And the bottom line is they're going to cover more than they're going to lose. Mr. Paulie Howard, I respect you. I love you. Let's bring some cash, baby. You and I will take the SEC during the regular season in every game. You can have the crappy MAC teams, the crappy Sun Belt teams. Let's see who's going to win and cover more games. Football discussion all summer long. Pregame.tv.